The mysterious case of Benjamin Kyle. Solving an 11-year amnesia enigma in August 2004, a man was discovered unconscious, naked, and suffering from severe sunburns and fire ant bites behind a Burger King in Richmond Hill, Georgia. He had no identification and couldn't recall his name or past. This is the perplexing story of Benjamin Kyle. Found at 5 a.m., the man was rushed to a nearby hospital. He only remembered the name Benjamin, inspired by his place of discovery, and adopted the surname Kyle from his hospital records. Diagnosed with dissociative amnesia, he couldn't recall any personal details. Over the next decade, Benjamin appeared on various media platforms, including Dr. Phil, seeking clues about his identity. Despite extensive efforts, including fingerprint and DNA analyses, his past remained a mystery. In 2011, forensic genealogist Colleen Fitzpatrick began analyzing his DNA, identifying potential familial connections to the Powell family in the Western Carolinas. However, the exact relationship was unclear. The breakthrough came in late 2015 when genetic genealogist C.C. Moore expanded upon Fitzpatrick's work. Through meticulous DNA analysis, Moore confirmed that Benjamin Kyle was actually William Burgess Powell, born on August 29, 1948, in Lafayette, Indiana. Powell had severed ties with his family in the late 1970s or early 1980s, leading them to believe he was dead. Reunited with his family, Powell received a new Social Security number and began rebuilding his life. He expressed deep gratitude to those who supported him during his years of uncertainty. The story of William Powell, formerly known as Benjamin Kyle, serves as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of modern genetic research in unraveling the most enigmatic mysteries. Second cause is the vanishing of Lauren Spirer. In the early hours of June 3, 2011, 20-year-old Indiana University student Lauren Spirer vanished without a trace, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and a case that remains unsolved to this day. Lauren Elizabeth Spirer was a fashion merchandising major from Greenburgh, New York. Known for her vibrant personality, she had a close-knit group of friends, including her boyfriend, Jesse Wolfe, and friends Jason Rosenbaum and Corey Rossman. 12:30 a.m., Lauren left her apartment with friend David Rohn to visit Jason Rosenbaum's apartment. There, she met Corey Rossman. All that's interesting. 1:46 a.m. Surveillance footage shows Lauren entering Kilroy's sports bar. 2:27 a.m. Lauren is seen exiting the bar with Rossman, leaving her cell phone and shoes behind. They walked to Rossman's apartment. All that's interesting. 2:30 a.m. At Smallwood Plaza Apartments, Lauren appeared intoxicated. A passerby, Zach Oakes, checked on her well-being. 2:48 a.m. Security cameras capture Lauren exiting an alley between College Avenue and Morton Street, heading toward an empty lot. Her keys and purse were found along this route. 3:30 a.m. At Rossman's apartment, roommate Michael Beth observed Lauren's condition and suggested she stay over for safety. Lauren insisted on returning to her own apartment. 4:30 a.m. Rosenbaum reported seeing Lauren at the intersection of 11th Street and College Avenue, heading south on College. She was barefoot, wearing black leggings and a white shirt. An extensive search, including a 9-day landfill excavation, yielded no significant clues. Over 3,000 tips were received, but none led to Lauren's whereabouts. The investigation explored various theories, including accidental overdose and stranger abduction, but no conclusive evidence was found. Lauren's parents filed civil lawsuits against Rossman, Rosenbaum, and Beth, alleging negligence in their care for Lauren that night. The suits were eventually dismissed due to lack of evidence linking the defendants to Lauren's disappearance. In January 2016, the FBI and local police investigated a property in Martinsville, Indiana, following new leads, but no evidence was found connecting the site to Lauren's disappearance. 13 years later, the disappearance of Lauren Spirer remains a haunting mystery. Despite numerous investigations and theories, no definitive answers have emerged, leaving her family, friends, and the Bloomington community yearning for closure. April 16, 2022. A mushroom hunter walks through the woods of rural Indiana, the air thick with the smell of damp earth. Then he sees it, a bright, colorful suitcase, tossed aside like trash. Inside, the body of a little boy. No name, no missing person report, just a child, forgotten. But this isn't just a story about how Cairo Jordan died. It's about how he was failed by the people who should have loved him most. Cairo Amar Jordan should have turned 7 years old last October. He loved dinosaurs, and his laugh, according to relatives, could light up a room. But behind those photos, something was terribly wrong. His mother, Dijon Anderson, posted frantic messages online about demons inside him. She claimed he was 100 years old and needed an exorcism. And then he vanished. Not just from his home, from every system meant to protect him. The suitcase was flashy, "Welcome to Las Vegas" printed on the side. Inside, Cairo's tiny body wrapped in trash bags. No signs of violence, just dehydration. From vomiting and diarrhea, the kind of suffering that takes days. And here's the gut punch. His mother's fingerprint was on the bag. So was her friend Dawn Coleman's. They'd driven him across state lines, dumped him, and left him to rot. Dijon didn't run because she was scared. She ran because she knew. While Cairo's body lay unidentified for months, she partied in California, posting about healing her soul. Meanwhile, Dawn Coleman cracked under pressure. She admitted to helping dump Cairo's body, saying, "It was already done when I walked in." What kind of monster sees a dead child and packs him like luggage? But here's the light in this darkness. The people of Washington County, Indiana, claimed Cairo as their own. They gave him a funeral, a headstone. Even now, strangers leave toys at his grave. Because Cairo mattered. And if you're watching this, you can help too. Share his story. Say his name. Maybe, just maybe, it'll save another child. Dijon Anderson's trial starts this August. We'll be there. Because every child deserves justice, even when the system fails them. If you know anything about cases like Cairo's, call the tip line below. And remember, monsters hide in plain sight. But so do heroes. In the quiet town of Hamilton, Michigan, a 14-year-old girl named Andrea Bowman vanished without a trace in 1989. For over 30 years, her disappearance was shrouded in mystery, labeled as a runaway case. But the truth was far more harrowing. Born on June 23, 1974, in New Orleans, Louisiana, Andrea Michelle Bowman was originally named Alexis Miranda Badger. At just 9 months old, she was adopted by Dennis and Brenda Bowman and raised in Michigan. In late 1988, Andrea confided in school officials, accusing her adoptive father, Dennis Bowman, of sexual abuse. Authorities were notified, but after a brief investigation, she was returned home. Shortly thereafter, on March 11, 1989, Andrea disappeared. Dennis claimed she had stolen money and run away, and the case was treated as such for decades. The case remained cold until 2019 when Dennis Bowman was arrested for the 1980 murder of Kathleen Doyle in Virginia. During the investigation, he confessed to killing Andrea, revealing that he had buried her remains beneath a concrete slab on his property. DNA testing confirmed the identity of the remains. In 2021, Dennis Bowman pleaded no contest to second-degree murder in Andrea's death and was sentenced to an additional 35 to 50 years in prison, on top of his life sentences for the murder of Kathleen Doyle. Andrea's biological mother, Kathy Tarkanian, had been searching for her daughter for over a decade. Her relentless pursuit of the truth is chronicled in the Netflix documentary Into the Fire, The Lost Daughter, which highlights the failures of the system and a mother's unwavering love. Andrea Bowman's story is a poignant reminder of the importance of listening to victims and the enduring strength of a mother's love. May her story lead to greater awareness and change. February 14, 2025. 16-year-old Miranda Corsett told her friends she was meeting someone special for Valentine's Day. A man she'd met online. A man who promised her roses. But when Miranda didn't come home that night, her family's worst nightmare began. Because Miranda wasn't just missing, she was trapped in a house of horrors. Miranda wasn't just another headline. She was a straight-A student at Gulfport High. a soccer player with a wicked sense of humor. Her coach called her the glue of the team. But behind the smiles, Miranda had a secret. She'd been talking to 35-year-old Stephen Gress on a social media app for weeks. And on Valentine's Day, she finally agreed to meet him. Police say Miranda went back to Stephen's house the next day. What happened inside that home on 27th Avenue North? According to court docs, a dispute turned violent. Miranda was beaten. Then, between February 20th and 24, she was killed. But Stephen didn't stop there. He loaded her body into a car, drove to a friend's house in Largo. And that's where the real nightmare began. Stephen thought he'd gotten away with it. He dumped Miranda's remains in a Ruskin landfill, thinking no one would ever find her. But he forgot one thing: his domestic partner, Michelle Brandis. When police arrested Stephen for assaulting Michelle on March 5th, she cracked. "He showed me the saw," she allegedly confessed. Now both face murder charges. Miranda's story sparked a law now dubbed Miranda's Law, requiring stricter checks on adult minors' social media contact. And her teammates? They wear her number on their jerseys. Because Miranda wasn't just a victim. She was a light. And lights don't go out quietly. Stephen and Michelle's trial starts this summer. We'll be there. If you're a parent, talk to your kids about online safety. And if you see something, say something. Miranda's voice was silenced. But yours doesn't have to be.